Welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I am Samira Ibrahim. Here are your top stories for today. Former Governor Abdulaziz Yari emerges Zamfara State APC leader. Katsina State Police arraigned former local government caretaker chairman for aiding bandits. President Muhammadu Buhari urges youth to participate in politics. On business, 2.15 trillion naira worth of petrol consumed in 19 months. On international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari says African Union must be reformed to stay relevant. On sports, Everton hold Manchester United in 6-goal thriller. Now the news in details. The former governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Abdulaziz Yari, and Senator Kabiru Marafa, both members of the All Progressives Congress (APC), have resolved to end their political feud, which polarized the state chapter of the party. The resolution was reached during a follow-up reconciliation meeting held in Kaduna on Sunday. The two had met with the governor Mai Malabuni-led National Caretaker Committee of the party last week. For more details on this story, Musa Jai reports.
They both agreed to collapse their party structures into one with Yari as the state party leader. They also set up a 13-man committee to further cement the reconciliation. An 11-point resolution was made public after the meeting. The resolution, which was read by Dr. Mukailu Barau, read in part, Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar is recognized as the leader of the party in the spirit of reconciliation, unity, and progress of Zamfara State and APC as a party. That the supporters of Senator Kabir Garoba Marafa unanimously endorsed the reconciliation move and consider it a welcome development for repositioning the party to occupy its rightful leadership place in Zamfara State and Nigeria. Discussion points shall be divided into two, those that are for public audience, which comprise all the prepositions and the present submission and confidential issues to be discussed in a closed-door session between the two leaders of the factions. By this statement, all parallel party structures under Senator Kabiru Marafa are considered dissolved. Those at the meeting included former governors Alhaji Abdulaziz Yari, Alhaji Muhammad Shinkafe, Alhaji Garoba Marafa, Ambassador designate to Japan Alhaji Hussein Moriki, among others. Musa Joy Onyoza, Svtv News, Gusau.
Zamfara State government has presented cash donation of 10 million naira to businessmen of the state based in Abuja whose properties were gutted by fire. This was contained in a press release issued to newsmen by Senior Special Assistant of Media and Publicity to Commissioner, Ministry for Local Government and Community Development. According to Alhaji Bashir Malami Jabaka, the Commissioner Alhaji Hayya Chadugura Namai presented the donation on behalf of the State Governor, Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawallan Maradon. The committee was at Garumpa, Abuja to sympathize with the business association over the fire incident that occurred. The commissioner explained that they were at Garumpa to assist the people, considering the number of properties they lost in the inferno. He said the administration of Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawallan Maradon was always ready and committed to assisting the people whenever the need arises. The Association of Local Government Chairmen of Nigeria, Zamfara State Chapter, has called on all and sundry to embark on rigorous prayers to God to spiritually free innocent lives from banditry and other high-profile crimes in the state, the Northwest region, and the country at large. Algon chairman in the state, Muhammad Umar bin Magaji, made the disclosure in Gusau, the state capital, shortly after the association's State Executive Council meeting on security matters. The chairman said they are unanimously in support of the steps taken by the state governor, Bello Matawalli, in addressing the issues of armed banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and other heinous crimes which had brought the state to a standstill in the past. The recent development was achieved following the peace and dialogue initiated by the governor, which led to the unconditional surrender of large cache of arms and ammunition by repentant bandits, who have also supported the government and security agents in their bringing new repentant or identifying recalcitrant ones so that they will be brought to book. The Middle Belt Forum on Sunday faulted a prominent Islamic cleric, Ahmad Gumi, who asked the federal government to deploy budget for security in addressing the demands of bandits. The National Publicity Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum, Dr. Iswa Dogo, in an interview with newsmen in Jos, stated that it was curious that Gumi could ask federal government to use taxpayers' money to meet the demands of bandits who had been killing Nigerians. But the coalition of northern groups supported the cleric, saying that government should set up a special intervention program for pastoral communities. It could be recalled that Gumi had last week visited Tobali and Makai Forest in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State, where he appealed to bandits to embrace peace. Addressing the bandits, Gumi was quoted to have said, "You all have a legitimate concern and grievances, and I believe that since the Niger Delta armed militants were integrated by the federal government and are even in the business of pipeline protection, the federal government should immediately look into how something like that will be done to the Fulani to provide them with reasonable means of livelihood, including jobs, working capitals, entrepreneurship training, building clinics and schools." But the Middle Belt Forum spokesman Dogo, in the interview, cautioned the rationale behind Gumi's demand for the bandits and the name they should be called. Middle Belt Forum spokesman said by their actions, killer headers are bandits, not insurgents. On his part, the special advisor to the Zamfara State Governor on Communications, Media and Publicity, Alhaji Zailani Bappa, said the state government considered what was happening in the state as banditry and not insurgency. Baffa, who said governors of the Northwest, where the banditry was taking place, were of the view that it was an act of banditry and not insurgency. He, however, said Gumi had the right to make such a comment as a person who was in the state to hold a dialogue and preach peace to repentant bandits. The Zamfara State Police Command has rescued 5 kidnapped victims, recovered several rustled cows, and 1 stolen vehicle. In a statement, the spokesman of the command, Muhammad Shehu, said on February 4th this year, police operatives attached to Operation Pop Adder, led by DPO Karana Muda, facilitated the unconditional release of 5 kidnapped victims. They were abducted behind Namoda Secondary School in Zangon and Bade areas of Karana Muda town in the state. All the rescued victims were medically treated and debriefed by the police and later reunited with their families. Efforts to apprehend the perpetrators are ongoing. For more details on this story, over now to our correspondent Musa Joy.
SP Shehu also said on February 3rd, 2021, another team of police operative attacked to Operation Puff Adder on Market Patrol at Nasra Godel in Brine Magaji local government area received an intelligence report about some cows reasonably suspected to have been stolen somewhere in Maradu local government area. The report was effectively utilized where 11 of the cows were recovered and taken to the state CID in Gusau for discreet investigation and identification of their rightful owners. He further explained that on February 6, 2021, a report was received at Tudunwada police station from one Hajia Zainab, Saidu of Gidandawa area of Gusau that her vehicle, a Honda ash-colored car, was stolen. He said according to the woman, some criminals came and stole the vehicle from where it was parked. The DPO in charge of Tudunwada police station quickly led police operatives and pursued the criminals to where the vehicle was abandoned and recovered along Premier Road, Gusau. The PPRO saw the suspect fled to unknown destination before the arrival of the police. I am Musa Joy Unyoza reporting for Svtv News, Gusau.
A former caretaker chairman in Jibiya local government area of Katsina State, Haruna Musa Mota, has been arrested by the police for aiding bandits in the state. The Katsina police spokesperson Gambo Isa confirmed Mota's arrest, adding that he was arrested for allegedly aiding and abetting bandits operating in the state. Report had it that Mota was arraigned before a senior magistrate court on Friday and had been remanded in a Katsina State Correctional Center pending the time the police would complete investigation. Mota, according to sources, could have been arrested over a leaked audio interview he allegedly had with some bandits over last December abduction of 344 students of Government Science Secondary School Kankara. After a special meeting between the Kano State Governor Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje and Islamic clerics from all Muslim sects on the need to allow for a dialogue between Abdul Jabbar Sheikh Nasir Kabara and other scholars, the governor accepts the dialogue to hold in few days to come. Many prominent scholars from all sects were in attendance, with the Commissioner for Religious Affairs Dr. Muhammad Tahar Adam, Chief of Staff to the Governor Ali Haruna Makuda, and former gubernatorial candidate in Kano Malam Salihu Sagir Takai, among others. After the meeting, resolutions were made and agreed upon by the governor, who accepted the dialogue between the parties as a response to Abdul Jabbar's call for justice. It was agreed that all sects of the Muslims will be represented at the dialogue meeting, while some prominent scholars will also be invited from outside Kano to witness the dialogue. President Muhammadu Buhari Thursday in Abuja said the future of All Progressives Congress APC lies in strengthened internal democracy with transparent electoral processes, pro-people policies and programs, and value of each member's contribution to the party's growth. In a virtual meeting with APC youths held at the State House, President Muhammadu Buhari noted that the ongoing registration and revalidation across the country will further ensure a shared vision for the party, grassroots ownership and participation, and inclusiveness for youths. He said he was in Daura to revalidate his membership and called on youth to do same. The president explained that his belief and firm commitment are that politics is a game of numbers and political power truly belongs to the people, adding that parties are built from the grassroots. He assured the youth of more party and government policies that will accommodate their interests. Lagos State Chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has urged the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to prioritize election integrity over expansion of polling units ahead of 2023 polls. Lagos PDP spokesman Taufik Gani told newsmen that INEC should rather direct its effort at achieving robust electoral reform that will make people's votes count. Mr. Gani said the issues of INEC and acceptable election processes are beyond polling units. Creating 100 polling units on a street won't change the integrity problem in elections. Reports say 25 years after the last creation of polling units in Nigeria, INEC on February 5th commenced engagement with stakeholders on expansion of voters' access to polling units. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu at the Commission stakeholders meeting with political parties leaders in Abuja said expanding voter access to polling units was crucial to voter turnout in elections. The presidency dismisses the People's Democratic Party attack over the widely praised nomination of the former heads of the Army, Navy, Air Force and the military intelligence to the Senate for confirmation as non-career ambassadors. The presidency says such transition is normal in decent democratic societies. But newspapers and online media are full of pages of laughable criticism of the president and former service chiefs by the party, the latest of which was the false claim that they were nominated as ambassadors so as to shield them from trial by the International Criminal Court. The presidency cautioned that how on earth can decent people run down hard-working professionals who have put in their best to defend their country. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum on Sunday supervised the distribution of 80 million naira and food supplies to 16,000 female returnees in the township of Guza as part of activities in the second day of his humanitarian visit to towns and villages in Guza local government area of southern Borno. The governor, who arrived Guza on Friday, had on Saturday supervised the distribution of 150 million naira to small and medium-scale traders, as well as food to 27,000 mostly male family members who returned after fleeing from Boko Haram occupation. In Sunday's resumed activities, 16,000 women were each given 5,000 naira cash to complement the variety of food items given to each of them. The intervention is part of the continuous support to vulnerable residents of communities whose means of livelihood is affected by activities of Boko Haram. Let me quickly take you to our business desk for the business update.
Welcome to Business Desk. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has reported that it sold 2.015 trillion worth of petrol from November 2019 to November 2020. The corporation, in a statement on Sunday, said in the month of November 2020, it recorded a trading surplus of 13.43 billion naira, up by 54% when compared to the 8.71 billion naira surplus recorded in October 2020. NNPC said 1.725 billion liters of white products were sold and distributed by the Petroleum Products Marketing Company, a subsidiary of the NNPC, in the month of November 2020, compared with over 1.224 billion liters in the month of November 2020. These comprise 1.723 billion liters of premium motor spirit, 2.13 million liters of automotive gas oil, also known as diesel, and 0.33 million liters of dual-purpose kerosene. And that's all on Standard Voice Business Update. I am Musa Joy Onyoza. Back to the newsroom.
Thank you, Musa Joy. An international scene. President Muhammadu Buhari has called for a comprehensive reform of the structures and operations of the African Union to make it more functional in meeting targets, warning that the organization will become stale except it becomes more result-oriented. In an intervention at the ongoing two-day 34th Summit of the African Union held virtually, the President said the global realities demand that the African Union be overhauled if it must remain relevant in intergovernmental processes. The President urged member countries to work concertedly to ensure a productive, self-sufficient and purpose-driven organization that will fully serve the interests of the people. The President said, as we commence the operationalization of this new structure and system, Nigeria demands a truly reformed, efficient and effective AU Commission, one that is fully committed to the discharge of its duties and responsibilities. The President commended President Paul Kagame of Rwanda for presenting a special report on the need to reform the African Union. The President also appreciated the support of heads of state and government of the African Union in the election of Ambassador Bankole Adeoye as Commissioner, Political Affairs, Peace and Security. The President congratulates all elected members of the African Union Commission 2021, which include the Chairman Musa Faki Muhammad of Chad and Deputy Chairman Dr. Manik Sanzabaganwa of Rwanda. On sports, Manchester United blew a 2-goal lead to settle for a 3-3 draw in their English Premier League tie against Everton at Old Trafford on Saturday night. The equalizer was a kick in the gut as Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored in the 5th minute of added time. Marcus Rashford sent a pinpoint cross to Edinson Cavani to head past Robin Olsen in the 24th minute, and Bruno Fernandes scored the second with a quite majestic shot as he looped his effort over Elsen and the ball went in off the post. The Red Devils were hit with a thigh injury to Paul Pogba in the 34th minute. The French midfielder had to go off for Fred. Ole Gunnar's team went into interval with a comfortable 2-goal lead and a share of the top spot with Manchester City on 47th minute. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Former Governor of Zamfara State Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar emerges Zamfara State APC leader. Katsina State Police arraigned former local government caretaker chairman for aiding bandits. President Muhammadu Buhari urges youth to participate in politics. On business, 2.15 trillion naira worth of petrol consumed in 19 months. On international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari says African Union must be reformed to stay relevant. On sports, Everton hold Manchester United in 6-goal thriller. That's the news. On behalf of the production crew, Head of News and Current Affairs Department Ibrahim Garbatuna, I am Samira Ibrahim, wishing you a pleasant day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television News. Goodbye.